Joining us now is the White House Press Secretary, Josh Earnest. Josh, thanks very much for joining us. I know you got a lot going on. Have there been any specific threats against the Pope?
Well, Wolf, the Secret Service has taken all the necessary steps that they believe will be required to ensure that the Pope can do a couple of things. First is travel safely in the United States. This Pope also, as part of his trademark, is making sure that he can have the opportunity to spend some time with the people who live in the country that he's visiting. And he has this innate desire to try to make a connection with the population. And so we certainly have been working hard to try to accommodate his desire to make that kind of connection, even in a very physical way, while also making sure that all the necessary precautions are taken to keep him safe.
Why does the Pope require this huge level of security? It's at least equal, if not exceeding, the security that the president receives.
Well, Wolf, the Pope is an international symbol, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that he can participate in all the wide range of activities that he has planned for his visit here in Washington, D.C., and also give the American public the opportunity to hear his message and to really give him the opportunity to feel the warm welcome that we expect that he'll receive during his visit here to the United States.
I'm sure it will be very warm. As you know, the president, for the arrival ceremony tomorrow at the White House, invited thousands of people, about 15,000, but some are seen as controversial. You heard that report earlier, an openly gay Episcopal bishop, a transgender activist, or a few of them, a nun who heads up a social justice organization that's at odds with the Vatican over several issues, including abortion. So why did the president decide to invite these specific guests?
Well, Wolf, I think in general what you can expect are thousands of people representing a variety of communities all across the country who are eager to welcome the Pope not just to the United States but to the White House. There's no theological test administered to people before they got tickets. Our goal here is to invite people who are just as inspired by the Pope and his message that the President himself is. And I think this will be an opportunity for the Pope to receive that warm welcome from a genuine cross-section of the American people, both Catholics and non-Catholics alike, who have been inspired by his message of social justice and caring for the least of these.